Hello everyone, welcome to the second coding tutorial of neural networks and deep learning. My name is Everly. In today's class, we are going to talk a little bit about GPUs, and then we will help you set up your Google Cloud service. Um, so for this class outline, the first part we'll have a quick lecture about GPUs and why we prefer using GPUs to train the models. And then for the second part, we will help you collect your Google Cloud coupon from this class. And the third part will be a short tutorial about how to set up a virtual machine on Google Cloud and then link it to Colab so that going forward, you're able to run your Colab script with the Google Cloud service. Okay, so for the first part, um, this is a short lecture about CPU versus GPU. Feel free to skip this part if you're already familiar with this. Um, so basically, what is GPU? GPU is graphics processing unit. It's a specialized electronic circuit designed to accelerate the processing of, especially for images and videos. And initially, it's developed for rendering graphics in video games. But now GPUs have become pretty powerful and we utilize it a lot on uh, neural networks model training. And what's the difference between CPU and GPU? CPU is central processing units. They're more like the brain of the computer. They handle tasks sequentially and excelling at general purpose computing. On the other hand, GPUs are designed for parallel processing. So they're pretty efficient in handling multiple tasks and like simultaneously. Um, so in terms of training neural network models, we usually lean toward GPUs, and the reason is that when we're training neural networks, it usually involves a lot of matrix multiplications and very complex mathematical operations. And this is what GPUs are good at because we can use their parallel architecture to handle these tasks like concurrently. So it is useful in speeding up the training and it's like much faster than CPUs. Um, so there's also this reason that the training data set is large. So if we use the GPU to compute, uh, to to train on a large data set, it's able to use this parallel computing abilities to deal with larger batch of data. On the other hand, if we use CPUs, it can only do sequential computing. That makes the whole training process much slower. As a short conclusion here, GPUs, because of their parallel processing power, it's usually the top choice when we're training neural networks, training deep learning models. And that's why we are going to introduce you today to the Google Cloud service. Um, so with all that, we can also visit this code provided in this tutorial. Here is test, a comparison code written by provided by Colab. Here you can test the and compare the speed of CPUs and GPUs. And here's a quick um, result. If you like to try, you can run it on your own. So what you can do here is uh, to click here on the right of connect, and then go to change runtime type. So here, usually when we first open a Colab notebook, the default setting should be CPU, and you can change it to GPU and then save. So this service is totally free, and you can try this GPU. First, try running this and see how much it speeds up the training process. We haven't talked about TensorFlow in our tutorials, but we will cover it in the following coding tutorials. So if you're not comfortable with running this now, you can try it after we talk about TensorFlow. Then you'll get a better idea of how this code, what is this code base is about. Um, okay, so let's go back to the tutorial. On top of the free GPU provided by Google Colab, there's also Google Cloud service, and that service they charge you for setting up virtual machines on Google Cloud. So for this class, every student is granted $50 credit on Google Cloud. You can go ahead and claim it so that you have that credit in your Google Cloud account. And then the next step, we will teach you how to set up a virtual machine. And when you run that machine, Google Cloud is going to charge from the credits. Okay, so um, so first of all, you can only claim this credit with your CU account that ends in at colorado.edu. And every student can only claim it once. We will receive your information upon the coupon request. So follow this, follow the part 2, step 1 instructions. First, go to this link provided. It should lead you to this page. You can just input your personal information and your CU email account, and then submit this request. So after you submit it, you should get an email in your CU account that looks something like this. It should have the instructor's name, Dr. G's name. So there would be a slight error here that says the course name is Recent Advances in Computer Vision, but that's fine. You can just go ahead and claim that coupon. So once you get the coupon code, there should be a link provided in the email that directs you to the redeem page. But in case there isn't, you can go to this link and then scroll down here. Click on redeem now. First check if this is the correct CU email, and then input your coupon code here. You should receive it in the email they sent you, and go ahead, accept, and continue. Okay, so with the above steps, you should be able to claim that $50 credit into your Google Cloud account. You can only request your coupon before May 17th, and the coupon will be valid until January 17th next year. Okay, so after all these steps, you're able to check in your Google Cloud account under billing. and go to credits. Okay, so here I have this credit claimed, and then there should be original value $50. And you can always monitor how much credit is left in your account here. Also, in the billing page, you can monitor like the use of your GPU, the credits running out, and if you want to set a budget alert, they also have this service provided. So that's all for part one, part two, and part three. Let's move on to working on Google Cloud. So the first thing we should do is start Colab. Let's go set up Colab on your Google Cloud. You can follow this link, or um, you can just type search for Colab and then go to this one that says Colab. So, if you haven't launched it before, it should say get started here instead of launch. You can just click on that and then agree to the terms, uh, enable billing. So when you enable billing, you should choose the credit from billing account for education, and then just set the account deploy. And then if you after all these steps, if you go back to this Colab page, it should show launch here. So once we get through that, we can move on to this step. This is for you to build your virtual machine. You can go ahead and deploy the machine in this page, but if this is the first time you're using it, it's very likely that you run into a quota issue that says you've gone over the GPU quota, and it should be here. It should be here in this red box. If you encounter this error, you can follow this step 2 instructions to resolve this issue. Okay, let's go over it quickly. Um, so if you have this, just go to the quotas page. Click on that link, and I would search here. It should bring you to this page, and you'll see a list of services here. Let's wait for a second. Okay, so here are a lot of services, and the one we're looking for, you can find it by typing this GPUs all regions in the filter. You can just copy this from the tutorial and then put it into this filter right here. If you have other filters, you can delete them so that you can find this one that we're looking for. The service is Compute Engine API, and the name would be GPUs all regions, and the type is quota. So what we're doing here is that we need to increase the GPU quota for your account, and you can do that by selecting it with the checkbox and then edit quotas. So you can input the number of GPUs you want to request for. If this is the first time you're doing this, you should see something like this. It says that the current value is 0, and then input the number of value you want to request for. And for the description, you can input something like academic purpose, and then you just submit this request. So once you do that, they should, in my experience, they should get back to you pretty soon. At least in my case, it was under a minute process time. And then when it's finished, you will receive an email saying that this request has been approved. And now, in my case, I request for one, so I got approved one GPU limit. So with that, we can go back here to this quotas page, and then under this tab, increase requests, you should be able to see your request being approved here. And with this, we can go back to Colab, to building our machine. So if you go back to this page, if you follow the instructions to increase the quota, you should be able to see this clean page without the this error that we saw earlier. So, okay, so let's move on to the next step. Deploy a virtual machine and then open Colab Notebook. So here, you can customize the virtual machine you want and just deploy it. There's a lot of settings here. You can choose what GPUs you want to build in that machine, and then go ahead and deploy. It should bring you to this page. It might take a few seconds for the virtual machine to build, and after it's built, it should stay connect to VM with Colab here. Let me Yeah, so in this page, you can just click on this, and then you can create a new notebook, or you can link the virtual machine to any other existing notebooks in your Google Drive. So here, after this step, um, you can connect this notebook by clicking on here, and then just connect to your virtual machine. After that, you should be good to go. So to make sure that your machine is actually connected to your script, your notebook is actually connected to the virtual machine, and that it's able to read the GPU, you can run this code here that I provided in the tutorial. You can just copy this and then put it in the cell, run the cell. So this is the return you should get with GPU. If there's no GPU, then it means it's not, the connection might not be successful. And you can also see this here instead of connect. That shows the current status of the machine. Okay, and there's also one thing to note. So when the machine is running, Google will keep taking will keep charging you for this service. And since every student only has $50 credit, um, we we recommend that you save the credits for running your final project. And once you've created the machine, make sure that you stop running the machine when you're not using it, when you're not connecting it to your Colab script. So to do that, go to VM instances, and for example, I have this machine and its current status is stopped. If yours is running, you can always click here with on the checkbox, and then you can stop the machine. And when you need to use the machine, you can start it. Note that if you do suspend, they still charge you, but with a lower rate. The rate is lower than when it's running, but they still charge you. And if you stop the machine, Google Cloud will not be charging you. So basically, when circling back to GPU, when we're running the script, we can choose the free options, CPU or free GPU, or you can also use your credit to build a more powerful machine, but Google Cloud charge you for that. So make sure that you keep checking the credits left in your account and make sure that the the machine is stopped when you're not running your code. Okay, and that's all for today's tutorial. You're welcome to reach out to me if you have any questions. You can come to my office hours or leave your questions on Piazza. That's all for today's class. Thank you.